Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I have my best friend Ruhani Wachjo. What's up, Wachjo? Wachjo, what are you drinking today? Green juice, detoxifying, antioxidant stuff?
Antioxidants, something like that.
Ooh,
So what are we doing?
Can you show us the gist? Nice. So today I'm going to interview Ruhani. Thank you so much, Ruhani, for being here with me today. I feel so honored as your friend, and we're going to talk about what Ruhani has been doing during quarantine. So, what are some hobbies that you've picked up during this pandemic and this crazy season?
Like the usual, I've been doing exercising. I've been exercising, and then um, biking, like downstairs. I've been doing that for a while. So yeah, I've been doing that in quarantine. Actually, in quarantine, like a lot of people um, are picking up new things, right? And honestly, I'm thinking of doing gardening. Not gardening, like not outside gardening, but at home, like I'm getting plants, buying plants, and then like trying to take care of those plants. So I'm planning on doing that. What else have I been doing? I've been doing the usual, honestly. I've been binge watching, actually. That's one big huge thing. I actually made my own project during this quarantine, which is amazing. Like I've always wanted my own, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, we're gonna talk about your project because Ruhani is one of the founders of the Antheia Project and also is working on another project called NKRI Youth. So for the Antheia Project, actually, Ruhani kind of co-founded from a conversation she had with Sam, her friend, which I will insert the link to all her organization below and some pictures. So, Ruhani, I want to ask you, like, what motivated you to start projects like Anthea or just kind of helping with NKRI Youth? What exactly motivated you to do that?
Basically, for Anthea, as you already know, my passion is like about taking care of like the environment, not just people and stuff like that, and having a big side of me that loves nature. I just can't stand to see what's happening with the environment. So that motivated me to, move forward with what I wished to have in like this society, meaning that like I don't want to keep waiting for like people to make their projects so that they can help the environment. I want to sort of be involved in some way. So I sort of was motivated to make my own because I've always wanted to have my own project, right? And for that's what motivated me to make Anthea and created that and reached out to a lot of people and Esther myself. Um, right? And then I reached out to more like closer friends too and everything like that. And we just all happened in a blink of an eye, which is amazing. Um, for NKRI Youth, I see their vision. I like what they're standing for, and I like that they are portraying themselves and also obviously trying to make themselves as that voice, masyarakat, like the people of the country, and they want to be that voice for the people so that they can, voice out their words to the government and everything. So I really think that's really a huge issue right now in Indonesia. That's why they could be called, the lifesavers in some way. It is moving quite slow right now, but it's getting there slowly but surely. And yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Dude, do you think that for you, like as a student, it's a challenge for you to be able to do like all these organizations and still like keep up with your studies and like do what you do? Like, what do you think are some challenges for you personally?
Um, the challenge is to divide time. Not only divide time, but maybe like, okay, look into more ideas that can support both what you're doing at school and also what you're doing in the project. I luckily, like, I found, after going through like what I've been through in my life, like I luckily found that part of me that loves nature. So right now I'm finishing with like my foundation program and then going to uni later, and then I have like a plan to go to do business and environmental science and all that. So it's like correlating to one another, which is great. That was I find it really difficult at the start, like not knowing what I wanted to do and everything like that. So you already probably know that because I already tell you and stuff like that. But like, um, yeah, I think that that's the difficult part, that students would probably find like what can correlate to one another within what you do in your life. Another thing is the timing. So having a lot on your plate is really a challenge. And I feel like that, you want to have a balance between what you do and what you're supposed to do at school, and then what you have to do for the project and everything. And honestly, right now, I'm lacking in more time within the projects because I'm also focusing on myself, on my health, and my, well-being and like self-care and everything. But then moving forward, I think it's great to have a balance between projects, ourselves, and school, what we have to do, basically. So, yeah, getting there.
That's good. I agree. And I know that you're also a very like motivated person. Like you just do this, do that, do this, move on. So that's nice for you. I know that you're also like really active. She's active, active. You like to work out and then you like to, get in shape, keep your body healthy. How do you think that connects with your mental health and your day to day state as a human being, and how you kind of keep yourself grounded and healthy? And, especially in this time period, it's harder. So, how do you think you have done that so far?
Honestly, we really have to find a balance again, right? Having a lot on your plate also is like really, it gives you a lot of pressure, right? So, honestly, these past few months, I've been actually finding it hard to make that time. Actually, not finding it hard to make the time. I have a lot of time. That's the sort of problem. I have that a lot of free time. So then, um, like, I don't know. Like, I would rather do other stuff. Like, I'm more motivated to do like, okay, I want to watch. I want to like walk downstairs. I mean, that could be considered as like being active, right? But I've been trying to do like yoga, like workouts at home and everything. Obviously, we can't go out at the moment, which is really sad, and like do a lot of sprints and whatever. But I really miss doing all that stuff. And actually, recently I played basketball, which is great. Felt good and everything. And my family likes to go to the um, island and everything, so we play like sports, water sports, and also soccer and stuff like that. So getting fit and stuff like that, which is really 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 essential because it motivates you to like become healthier, and also like mental health. That, wow, like honestly speaking with you, like my mental health has gone like roller coaster mode because of a lot of like things happening in this world. And also, like, if you empathize on something within the world, what's going on in the world, then like obviously you're going to be affected, right? So that has been going on for quite a while, and actually being active, I feel like that's what's missing. So it's a really good question, actually. Yeah, exercising can really help your mental state because it relaxes your mind and everything, and it grounds you towards being more, what do you say? Being more one with yourself. Like you will know more of yourself, and then you would like have time for yourself, and you redeem your energy and everything. Like I did that this morning because honestly yesterday, like I was just so, I don't know, a lot of negative thoughts. Like I think if you haven't gone out in a while and you've been home and everything, like a lot of thoughts come in your head, and then it will affect you really badly and everything. So exercising is really good to take yourself away and do good for yourself too, so that you can sustain that mental health. Spiritually, um, I've been like at home. I've been trying to gain more knowledge on spiritual um, things, obviously with my religion and everything, and it's it's been good. Like it's yeah, a lot of things like ups and downs, but that's where religion comes in. It all coincides with you and believing in your God, and then you do more for your body, which then also, you know, makes that mental health balance. So if you need sort of both of them because it correlates to your, you know, your soul, and then your body, and then like your mind, because you know they say like mind, body, and soul very very connected.
That's true. Thank you. That's a very long explanation, but that's very good. I think you're telling us the
Right.
truth and very much appreciated. You also
Thank
mentioned
you.
like you've already opened up on your social media about like your struggle with physical health and the obstacle, and then obviously we both talked about it a lot. So I think the question I want to ask you is what actually keeps you going? Because I think as someone who has physical limitation or just health limitation in a way, sometimes it gets hard to keep going and people's words get to you, or just your own head and your own mind and how negative we humans can be. So what's exactly your motivation to keep going and keep grinding and keep motivated?
That's a really good question actually, because um you need to seriously know why you're doing what you're doing. That's just one key. For me, I opened up, and I never thought I would open up to a lot of people about what I have, and I feel like it's sort of normal, you know, like you open up more, then a lot of people will reach out to you about the same problems. And you need to understand that also, once you come out of the, you know, position you're in, the overwhelming part and everything, you're going out of your comfort zone, that's when you meet those different types of people in your life where um, they will help you, they will gain more understanding between you and everything like that. So a lot of things will accumulate from you opening up. Like honestly with you, like I have met like 3 different new people who really is like very impactful in my life, just because of what I've been through, you know what I mean? And just that itself is like very life changing, you know what I mean? So within the obstacles you go through in your life, you need to know that there's also bright light behind, you know, behind everything. And that's why they say, you know, that at the end of the tunnel, obviously there's light. And that's so true, because every like, you know, my past and everything, like what I've been through, now I'm coming out with a smile and everything, even though that I do have breakdowns here and there. But I mean, you know, we're just all humans, right? No one's perfect and everything. So yeah, my opinion is just you have to know why you're doing what you're doing, why you are going. Like you obviously don't know why you're going through what you're going through, because only God knows, you know, the purpose. But um you just need to sort of be ikhlas about it. You just why you have to have spiritual gain and like religion guiding you in your life, and then you have that faith. When you have that strong faith, then you would believe that everything in the world and everything in your life does happen for a reason, so that will also motivate you to go through those challenges in your life and keep you going. You know, that's what drives me, religion basically.
It's nice to hear that, especially as a young person nowadays, I feel like sometimes we tend to neglect the idea of God and religion. So it's nice to know that someone is, following and getting that sense of perspective and peace from it, which is obviously you. And I'm so proud of you and how long you've come. And it's just, it's been a long journey, and I'm aware of that. Do you think that because I see you so productive with the projects and the success of it, especially, it's kind of funny because the Anthea Project, it didn't, I don't think we expected as much back then. I mean, there was a lot going on back then, but the success of the project is just, it's wonderful that it could be in this state right now. And I was wondering, like, do you think it's important for kids nowadays to be productive and start projects that they always want to start, despite all the hates and all the judgmental and all of that? What do you think? And how to handle those?
To be honest, I'm all for it. Like, you're passionate about something, try it out. Like, even one of my friends came to me and she was like, "Oh, I'm thinking of like doing this educational thing for rural people," and I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead, do it." Because honestly, you never know until you try, right? That's one thing. And another thing is that it will drive you to more, and you will get to different places. You try different things in your life through your passion, through your interest and everything, and it will gain more knowledge for you. And it's really important to actually drive through what you like. I know that a lot of people in this world have like, parents that want them to do something else, and they can't do what they want, and that's saddening. But at the end of the day, there's always a reason to that too. So do what you like, as well as drive through what you think. Go try different things. Maybe you try that now, and then later in the future it will drive you to something else. We never know. And through experience from my side, I've always wanted to stay in Indonesia and everything, but God led me to go into Singapore. So it's like, you never know. And like, God's plans like very, very much better than ours, obviously. But like, yeah. And it's again, for me, it comes down to like God, because having faith is really, really important to, like, honestly, that's all I could say. Like, how to cope with it, it's just like believing that at the end of the road there's light, like, through experience.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the whole experience. And I think one of the reason why we're close is because we're pretty similar as human beings in like our morals and how we kind of go through life and our struggles. So I agree with what you said about being grounded with religion and being able to just find your own path in a way, because I think that's important as a person. Dude, I want to ask you, like, just to follow up to my question just now, what kind of advice would you give young people that are maybe younger than you, or, that look up to you? What do you think is an advice that you would give them when they say, hey, like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but I want to start something. So can you give me an advice on what to do or how to achieve it, on how to go through it?
Again, it sort of depends on what they really want, right? So what I would suggest to them is that if they're confused, I would tell them, okay, maybe you should do like a personality test. Like, having a personality test, right, would really, like, you're a psych student and everything, and you probably know, like, okay, how to get there is like, you need to know about yourself more. So there's a lot of things that really supports that, which is one of them is the personality test. Having that background would, like, oh, okay, would guide you. And I did that quite a while. And yeah, I can only speak for myself, right? So when I did that, I knew, okay, these are my passions. And I actually was like, oh yeah, like, I love organizing, I love being productive, I love going out and like trying new things, all those things, you know what I mean? So having a basis of what you are, then you can sort of, oh yeah, see what I like, see what you're passionate about, see what you're interested, and you try different things. And then from there, maybe from your feelings of what you prefer and everything. So I would suggest that people should take those personality tests and then have a basis of what they like. And then when they move forward, they will, meet new people, and then they'll go through all the life journeys of um, getting to where they go. So that's my advice. And I would also tell them about my experiences and everything. Like, it's not a bad thing to share about what you're experiencing, because it might inspire other people to move forward, and which is really good. That's why I do sort of sometimes open up about what I go through in my life, so that I can sort of guide people of, you're not alone. You can go through it with other people around you. Even though in your society there's no one actually going through what you're going through, then you need to know that also in this world is a lot of people that might go through what you're going through.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you. So, dude, well, we've come to the end because we've been talking for a long time. So, before we close the podcast, I want to ask you, what is one quote that you live by that you would like to share to other people? Maybe, some people can relate to what the quote is, or how has it helped you? A short quote.
What I stand by, and I've always been standing by this, is you create your own happiness. Why? It's because, don't depend on other people for happiness. What if they sometimes, crash and have a breakdown? Are you gonna also fall and your light stick will break as well? You know what I mean? And that's actually a huge lesson I'm learning as well still. And moving forward to, like, every day we're learning. So I'm also still going through that and trying not to, like, not so like depend on people, but it's more of like I have to understand that other people are not, they're humans too, so they're not perfect too, and that I can move forward by creating my own happiness, and that's how life sort of goes. So that's what I stand by. Create your own happiness. Don't wait for the happiness.
So don't wait for the rain to end, but jump in the rain and, create your own rainbow or whatever that is. I don't even know what I was trying to say out there.
But yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Cool. So that's the end of the interview with Hani. I'm going to link her social media down below if anybody is interested. Hani is also a model, so you can go ask her to model for your brand. And I'll link NKRI Youth and the Anthea Project and her social media down below. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast, and I'll see you next week. I met you